From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Richie James on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Well, this defense for the Chargers very strong in that victory a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you got a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Chiefs sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Attack!
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Pacheco gets it up the gut. Nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Pacheco once again, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They got 29 yards that time. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Now their versatile running back, here's Austin Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Third and 2, Herbert. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the Chargers first down.
5-9.
Herbert operating from the red zone. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are back within a score. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Gets past one man, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. They're all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Running on first down, Eckler. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. That's to his running back, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
Play action. It's Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get,
10-plus yards, and the guy has the legs to escape most of these.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And the Chiefs are going to get it. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
You remember that Kansas City finishing second in the NFL with 55 sacks last season. The no-doubt leader of the effort, though, was Jones at 15.5 sacks, which matched a career high, finishing 3rd in the Defensive Player of the Year voting.
A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What do they always say when they're throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they can't bring him down. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Running left to give to Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is 2nd and 8. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch,
he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Kadarius Toney, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So that changes things. Here's first and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On first and 10, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On second down, Eckler. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right?
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 24 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Herbert back to the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So here's a 3rd and 14. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. James now to return it. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1. Just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
But plain and simple. That's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Herbert. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Herbert now. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Crowd right. Let's go.
On 4th down, Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Chargers 17.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Run! Go. 59.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know, what do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Herbert. That is caught, and they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it. And he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers.
Touchdown, LA.
A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
38. Chargers 24. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
43. Yellow.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. He's got this to the rookie, Rashee Rice. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Mahomes going to throw. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A handoff now for Pacheco. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Now a 2nd and 6. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And down inside the 15 he goes. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Go.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Throw right side, complete to Williams. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And understandably so, not only did they get the win,